We are on a track for achieving $7.5 billion by the end of the year. 9-month EBITDA is about $342 million. Liquidity, which is very, very critical, is about $900 million in the present, the down cycle of the business which we are passing through. We are pleased to inform that we got the highest corporate governance rating awarded by IOD. As we'll show you in the next slide that how many independent directors are on the board. We also got A+ credit rating with a stable outlook by TRIS Confirm, which shows the financial strength of the company from debt holders' perspective. So IVL is the true global polyester leader with compelling strengths. As you know that we operate in many countries around the world. We are the largest polyester chain player, which is the major focus for us around the globe. We have 42 sites in 15 countries, which we have very well culturally integrated. I think the last acquisition which was made was in March 2012, right? For the IWOC business, the MEG business. It has one of the best platform in terms of R&D, 250 patents, 125 R&D personnel globally employed, and we have 9,000 employees around the world. So there is a lot of intrinsic value of IVL at present because of this market leadership. Well, IVL is a growth company, and as you've seen, we have been continuously growing. Now we are looking at another phase of IVL. How do we leverage on this existing position around the world which we have created? The next slide talks about, the corporate governance is a very important thing in a listed entity. We are very pleased to announce that we got the highest corporate governance rating. We have 7 independent directors, as on the top you can see Ratian Kunchakumon, Dr. Sri Melhaniki, from various disciplines, Kunapisak, who actively participates in the board and gives us the guidance. There are 7 executive and non-executive directors, so a balance in the board. Board is very participative, and we are very pleased to inform that we got the highest corporate governance rating. If you look at the next slide, what is the diversified high-value portfolio? If you see our revenue, if you break in the segments, we have 3 segments, as you know, PET, fibers, and the feedstock. The PET constitutes 66%, the fibers 19%, and the feedstock is about 15%. Now, feedstock is captively consumed, so in the end turnover, basically PET is counted. It doesn't mean that the value addition is contributed in the same direction. There's a lot of emphasis on the high value-added products. 75% is commodities, 25% is high value-added products. Company continues to have a lot of focus on these high value-added products in automotive, yarns, in case of hygiene fibers, in case of specialty polymers for the film business. If you look at the sales by region, very geographically diversified company. Asia and contributes about 36%, 26%, right? Asia is 26%, North America is 38%, and Europe is 36%. So very geographically diversified company. We have a good mix of product base and also different segments. So this slide just gives you that we have a right mix in terms of diversity of products. And 9-month sales of $5.6 million. Just look at what is the total portfolio at present. We have 42 production sites in 15 countries and 4 continents. It's not easy when you make such acquisitions and culturally merge them. We have very successfully merged all these entities in our portfolio. You can see that we are very well spread out. We don't have any investments in South America at present, and also in Russia. So these are all the details of the plants which we have. The PET plants in Europe, United States, Mexico, Asia. Similarly, the PTA plants in Europe, Asia, and packaging in Nigeria. We also started a small plant in Nigeria. This is the early mover advantage, the SSP plant and the packaging plant. So we are the true global polyester chain leader because there is nobody in the world who has that much spread of the polyester business. Let's look at it, how are we positioned globally in various businesses. What we want to do is, we want to be number one, whatever we do, whether it is regionally or globally. We are the largest PET producer in the world. As you're aware, we have 14% market share in the world. And actually, if you exclude China, we are 20%. So we have a very strong market share. In PET, we are largest in North America with 31% market share. Europe, 29% market share. And China is a very large country. So what we do in China, we show it as South China or Pearl River Delta. We are nearly 42%. And I'm pleased to inform here that our Chinese operation is doing fantastic. We will be clocking in an EBITDA of $20 million on this Chinese operation, which is unique. So in Thailand, we are the largest in the PET business with 38% market share. There are more players, Shin Kong and Thai Petrosin. In Indonesia, again, a very high growth market, we are 44% market share. West Africa, which is Nigeria, as I said, a country where the demand is growing rapidly, 75%. In the specialty polyester fibers, you know, Europe and Americas are not producing any commodity fibers now, mostly the specialty fibers. In North America, we have 16%, and Europe, we have 29%. In commodity and specialty polyester fiber in Thailand, we have 32% market share, Indonesia, 22% market share. Bicomponent PP fibers, which is the hygiene part, we are 28%. Monocomponent PP fibers, 31%. Recycling, which is the focus, again, we are the largest in Europe. Recycled fiber, again, in Europe, we are the largest. And very important product line is the purified EO, ethylene oxide. We are the largest merchant player in North America. So what we try to do is try to get the leadership in various parts of the countries, various parts of the world, as well as in the different business segments. So get a leadership is very, very important. We always talk about this slide just to emphasize that the future is polyester. There is no substitute of polyester. If you look at the fiber side, cotton is limited growing. So polyester fiber is rapidly growing. We will show you how the growth rate is. And the applications are increasing. Coca-Cola plant bottle, which is we were the first to launch it. The Nike shoes. This is the big bottle which we launched in United States, PepsiCo Tropicana. LG flexible displays, automotive, panel TVs, you know, the LED TVs, all these front screens are made from polyester. So many applications. And one of the important things, the PET today has become cheaper than polyethylene. PET is lighter than polyethylene. And this will again attract a lot of substitution. One thing which you need to know that bottles have become very light. In last 2 years, you might have seen when you drink water in Thailand, actually some of the bottles are very, very light. So the growth which has come in last few years is after lightweighting. Now the lightweighting is more or less finished. So there will be more growth of PET. So we are in a polyester business which is rapidly growing. Let's look at some quantitative numbers in the next slide, which is important, and compare with major polymers in the world. Today's polyethylene business is 74 million tons, which is projected to grow to 110 million tons, while polyester, which is fiber and PET together, not alone fiber, is 60 million tons in year 10, is projected to grow to 107 million tons. So a lot of opportunities for IVL. Polypropylene to grow from 51 to 77 million, PVC to 35 to 50 million tons, and polystyrene 10 to 12. And it is growing at the fastest rate. As you can see, bottom the pie shows that polyester has a CAGR which is the highest. So polyester is the fastest growing. And we'll show you why in the next slide. As I said, PET is replacing PVC, glass. In Thailand, you have seen, when Pepsi and Samsung had a split, Pepsi launched PET. And the Thailand market is today 310,000 tons of PET. It's rapidly substituting glass.